Hey, hi guys. Welcome to another video. I'm here to do a review. I don't know if you guys can see me. I'm not able to turn on the light right now because my light went out, and only in this room though. So I'm sorry for the darkness. Let's have a good check. Hold on, guys. All right, I got some light over here. I'm not able to turn on the room light because there's no the it's not working. So I'm here to review a movie called Predators. The third movie. I have seen the first movie before, not the second one though, but the first movie is really good. The first one with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I thought the movie was like pretty awesome. You know, I actually saw it for the first time when I was like in high school and 17 years old. This one I saw in high school too, from at the theater. With my friends back in the day. Uh, this was the only one I saw at the theater until like the other Predator movie that came out a year ago. So Predators has like some interesting premise, but oftentimes try too hard to like pay homage to the original film overall. Not as bad, but not stellar. I mean, this movie has like some good special effects and setting. Variety of different people dropped off on a planet to provide prey to hunt for alien predators. It's okay, not no near the best, but um, yeah, this movie is very overlooked from the series. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's like not as talked about as the first one, but it's. I don't think this movie is a remake. I mean, I think it's the third Predator movie. It's like the third film. A bunch of modern day killers drop out of the sky and they basically land in the jungle to find themselves like being hunted by the predators and creatures on like a mysterious planet. I didn't care for Morpheus, aka Lawrence Fishburne, in this movie or how it wrapped up, but it was like pretty good. The story here is kind of different from like other movies, other last two films. It's quite interesting at some like very dynamic moments and others that are quite slow, but you know, I mean, the Predator franchise is a strange one. Each entry of the franchise is like a drastic departure from like the one preceding it. This one has like a cold open with 8 people dropping down to like hunted by predators. Like this movie has done a good job making a diverse group of people. Like the way these 8 characters work off each other and try to like solve the problems in different ways. It's like the bread and butter of the story. The movie like looked like it was going to be like absolutely Robert Rodriguez because you have an actress. You have Danny Trejo in this movie, and that Alice Braga, that other Latina from I Am Legend. It's the reason why it feels like I'm watching a Robert Rodriguez movie. Um, you know, acting in this movie is pretty good, especially Topher Grace's character. He's like this basically this innocent looking character where he basically is no action. Um, but they basically used him as bait because why not push the little guy, right? um, yeah, so and supposedly they basically made him do a few things that were daring. There were times where they basically like left him behind, and then one of them decided to care and just rescue this guy. But little did we know that he turns out to be the real bad guy. Topher Grace, the guy from Spider-Man 3 and that '70s show. His character was basically admitting in the end that he's like some kind of massive criminal murderer psycho, and that he said he prefer to live in the planet instead of escaping. Yeah, I can honestly say that his acting in this movie was actually a lot better than Spider-Man 3. Um, it's like much of like the original set in the forest. Like they upend by putting a gang of killers together. Like like I've been saying, you have a few nice surprises, including appearances by like Fishburne, who's still like movie with his quirky character. But the Topher Grace character seems to be unbelievable. I think like the climate scene for these types of movies is only interesting if creative and different, and one here is like definitely cool since the original one. The other Predator movies suffer from uncreativity, climate kills, especially the fourth one from like 2018. That's what made me not give a shit, to be honest. That was a Debbie Downer. But I'll make a video about that tomorrow, I guess, or maybe later on. To be honest, it is this movie is a bit sloppy, but it's better than the one in 2018 for sure. I mean, um, let's see. Well, yeah. Um, what else can I say about this film? Yeah, band of mercenaries that started to jump in this the jungle planet just to survive. The ex-veterans and convicts were like dropped into like to be hunted by not like one predator by three predators in this movie. The cast consists of like in U.S. Special Operation Forces veteran turned mercenary named Royce, played by Adrian Brody. Right, the guy who was in The Pianist. That's the only movie I actually knew it from. To be honest, that was like the only movie I actually knew him from. I've never seen any other Adrian Brody movie but this one and Pianist. So I don't know much about what else he's been on. A doctor who is recluse like of the group yet revealed himself to be like some psychopathic murderer named Edwin, played by who I'm saying. You know who that is. A sniper from Israel Defense Forces named Isabel, played by Alice Braga. A death row inmate from San Quentin State Prison named Stan, who played by Walton Goggins. A Russian commando from the Spetsnaz Alpha Group who was fighting in Chechnya named Nikolai, played by Oleg Taktarov. A ruthless enforcer like of the feared Los Zetas Mexican drug cartel named Cuchillo, who was played by Danny Trejo. Right, the Mexican dude from Machete. And then again, that's the only movie I've seen him from, to be honest. No, I'm just kidding. I've seen some movies from Danny Trejo, except for this one. I haven't seen this one in a while. Then you have the Yakuza Ingawakai enforcer named Hanzo, and a revolutionary, excuse me, United Front Death Squad soldier named Mombasa. It's like a huge cast, It's certainly as much as mount of a mouthful from what I've shared, but that's okay. With the cast this big, it's actually obvious that most of them do get picked off because the premise of the story is them finding a way off the planet while surviving against a group of predators who are like hunting them. Granted, we do learn a little bit of who they are, but not every single one of them. Plus, they do learn why they are here after meeting up with a United States Army air cavalry soldier who had like survive the alien planet for multiple cycles named Nolan, who was played by Lawrence Fishburne. Easier said than done. Their writing is pretty thin when they are all action with less than development and chemistry. But here's the thing, they don't trust one another since arrival, even before learning about why they're on the planet until like later on. They had to work together to survive. Plus, the movie does have double meaning, referring to both of the extraterrestrial predators and the group of humans who are pitted against one another. The movie is like more of a front row seat to see both sides of fighting one another. What carries the movie are the action and the pacing. Yes, it's not the best writing, and the band and misfits while they acted okay. It's just slow, with the first third being an introduction. It's the second third. In the third act, leading to a great conclusion. The pacing does work well because, again, with a big group, they would be picked off while fighting for their survival against the predators. It took them a while to trust one another while they had to adapt against them, who were filled with a variety of their own, from a tracker to a falconer to a berserker. Having their own traits and gadgets at hand, the effects used are good. The designs of each of the predators and the local wildlife are cool for being an alien planet. They're not over the top, but good. The environment is like amazing for what it's worth when the budget of the movie is low around the time. There's also the classic predator we all know and love, and plays a role later on, which I won't spoil, or will I? But even if I do, whatever. Here's an interesting fact. From the words of the Nimrod Antal, along with Robert Rodriguez. Yes, the same Robert Rodriguez, since his production company co-produced the movie. They wanted to avoid casting an actor physically similar to Arnold Schwarzenegger, wanting to go in a very different direction, and reasoning that the real life soldiers are weary and tough rather than burly. Sorry. Granted, Adrian Brody himself did work out to put on muscles for the role because he wanted to entertain and be part of the ride. Adrian even admitted that he was like blown away by Predator and viewed his role as a challenge, adding complexity to the character that would contrast with Arnold's role, however. Nimrod Antal quoted, "We thought that the casting is physically Arnold Schwarzenegger-esque character would have done the original any disservice and would have done so because they didn't want to try and remake or copy the original film. He even told everyone in the cast list that he would make anybody look tough, also admitting that he can't teach them how to act, which makes sense on how the writing is pretty thin when anyone can wield a gun by any means necessary to survive. It's pretty much a double-edged sword when you think about it. If I were to add on defending his take, here it is. Yes, this movie is similar to how the Predator is, except they are not one and the same. A Predator. Dutch and his unit were sent on a jungle island to rescue politicians, yet were lied to. With Predators, they are dumped on a jungle, fighting for survival against a group of predators, while Dutch and his unit fought one that was intrigued enough to hunt them. It might sound like an odd take, but as I have rewatched Predator before getting to Predators, as I am on the road to, well, I was into the road of Predator Badlands. I mean, I was actually trying to watch. I remember a year ago I was trying to watch this movie and the original Predator, and even the Alien vs Predator crossover before seeing the new Predator Badlands last year. And what I have to say, Predator Badlands is pretty decent. Okay, was cool, you know. But I couldn't help but brainstorm as on such. Predators have not done any disservice to the original, as it's good on its own while having its own set of flaws. Despite the flaws that I have mentioned, this is kind of like a guilty pleasure movie where you shut your brain off and to enjoy the action between a group of humans and a group of predators, or you play it in the background for the fun of it. and still enjoy what was going on. And I admit it is better than what Predator 2 was like. It's like not up there with the original. Hell, I'd go as far and say it's not even up there with Prey or Predator. Well, I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know. I haven't seen Prey before, or the other Predator Killer Killers. I've never seen those before, so I can't say. So I can't talk about those movies. Of course, we haven't tackled the Predator yet. Um, I've been reading plenty of bad takes on that one. Would I watch this again in the future if I feel like it? Possibly. Take it for what it's worth. I mean, see it for yourself. I'm gonna give the Predators versus a group of humans movie 6.5 trio Predators revealing themselves out of 10. Revealing themselves out of optic camouflage. What do you think I meant when they revealed themselves? Yeah. Well, take it whatever's take it. I take it for what it's worth. You know, it's actually pretty good. You know, I still watch this over the 2018 version too. I have seen the 2018 version of Predator, and it's a complete mess. I hated that it took place in the real world instead of the planet. You know, I didn't like that. I didn't like the Predator 2018, and some kid basically just found a random mask and basically just used it as like it's some kind of Halloween mask, a dangerous Halloween mask that can actually kill someone. That's not what I liked in the Predator movie. Sorry. Yeah, so I prefer this movie way better. You know, this movie I have more memory of this movie than the one in 2018 because I don't remember watching that many movies in the late mid to late 2010s. I mostly remember early 2010s movies. You know, I'm sorry, but I'm biased. I mean, I don't like modern that many modern films from the last decade. Because to be honest, most of it was all the same. You know, I don't remember going to the movies that much between the mid to late tens. I only remember going to the movies in the early 2010s. So I have more memory for this movie than the one in 2018. I did see the one in Predator Badlands. I thought it was good too. I'll talk about that some other video. Anyway, this is my review for Predators. I hope y'all enjoyed.